My name is Chris Roebuck. I've been in retail jewelry for 33 years. And we opened Christopher & Company, the company that we own, in 1997. We do just about everything when it comes to jewelry. If you think of it, we can build it. And in the middle of the night, I had a dream that hit me, and it was a jewelry idea. And it was what I'm holding in my hand and what we build now, which is our Boulder Mountain line. The Boulder Mountains are just to the north of this valley, and they define part of the valley. So the Boulder Mountains sort of define where we are in Sun Valley. And it's just been something that I thought for years of, something that could tie to the valley and have significance to the people that live here and suit their lifestyle. And so when I woke up in the middle of the night with this design and the way the diamonds are set, they're all set down low, which means active lifestyles, people that ride mountain bikes and hike and fish and do all the stuff that you do in the mountains, ski, gloves on and off in the winter. It was just a perfect design that when it hit me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I sat up in bed. On my bedside table, I had a Johnny G's Sub Shack sandwich order, and I flipped it over and I drew out the whole design line: rings, pendants, earrings, bracelets, everything. And then fell back asleep. Next morning, woke up, tweaked it a little bit, refined some of my chicken scratch at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then brought that piece of paper to work, which is how all designs start, is with a drawing on paper usually. And then I started to carve a wax model of what the finished product would look like. And so in carving a wax, it's a three-dimensional form of exactly what we're going to end up with. And so when I was carving the first wax, I have to admit to you that there was a slip of the file, and I put a cleft in one of the boulders that was in the ring. And when I did that, I realized that it was a heart, and I had to keep that in the design because my daughters collect hearts down by the river. My relatives on the East Coast and West Coast collect them on the beach. And so the heart stone that's in the Boulder Mountain Collection had to stay in the collection. And so it has, and now it's part of everything that we build in the Boulder Collection, which has been a lot of fun. So once we have the wax built and it's to scale, what we want to see as a finished product, we actually take that wax and we put it on a base, and then it gets a flask around it, and then we pour investment over top of that, and investment's almost like a plaster of Paris substance. And then that dries, and then we basically bake the wax out of that mold at over 1,000 degrees. And so when that wax disappears, just vaporizes basically at 1,000 degrees, it leaves a perfect empty space of what used to be the model. And then when we have that flask, that mold comes out of the oven at 1,000 degrees, and we pour molten metal into that space, and then you have a ring of whatever metal we make it out of: silver, gold, platinum. And then once the ring is cast, that's the casting process, then we clean up the casting, file and polish and finish, and then set stones if we're going to set stones. Like in this design, we set small diamonds into the smaller stones, which is part of the design. So in that, setting smaller stones, once that's done, then we do the finish. And typically we do like a bead blast finish, which gives it a softer look, more like a stone, and it just works really well. But we can do any kind of finish, you know, whatever the customer wants. That's part of the fun. We've really had fun with the interaction that we have with our customers. Is a big part of who we are and what we do and why we're successful at it. So we appreciate that input and direction from our customers. The Boulder Mountain has been a simple and elegant design from start. For an active lifestyle, this ring works, and it works well, and it wears well, and it's simple, and it's elegant. And thank you for shopping at Christopher & Company.